Yo, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to another F1 2021 video. This time is going to be part one of the simulation career as it was. What we're going to do is we're going to be doing absolutely no driving whatsoever on the car. We are literally just going to have everything done by the car. We're just going to see how 10 seasons are simulated for, for myself in this one. Obviously, little things change here and there between everybody else. What we're going to do is going to keep everything on default. We're going to set our fault frequency to standard, and then we're actually going to have our fault type so that we can also retire as well. So we're just everybody's the same, everybody's fair. Just kind of see how the game upgrades your facilities, uses your R&D points, all of that. We're going to simulate all of the sessions, and yeah, we're going to use the quick practice programs to go through and get the resource points, and then we're going to do let's go hard, collisions on. Yeah. Oops, I've just completely undone all that. Use my team icons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do halfway through the season, at the end of the season, kind of react to see how everything's going on, show how the season's progressed so far, what upgrades we've got on the car, if anything special happens, then yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. So I'll see you at the midway point. So as you can see, we're just here at the loading screen. The other thing I've got to mention as well was that I'm actually going to autofill these activities up now between each race. So we're going with the driver camp before the car reveal, and then we're going for the pre-season advertisement campaign. Actually give us some team acclaim, and let's just have a quick look. So we went for Aero as our spec one to begin with. The game hasn't used any money yet, and then when we look at the boosts so far, yeah, looks like we've got some upgrades already in development. What have we got developing so far? So we've got some front wing downforce, weight redistribution, nothing for power yet, and nothing for durability. Okay, Cowley sitting in fourth, and hopefully these looks like these should go on in time for, oh no, just come off the Bahrain. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Right, so just jumping in here actually, we've done 3 races so far. Retired from 1, let's just show in the standings. Currently sitting in 8th in the constructors. Yeah, we've had a 14th and a 13th, finished in 13th in Monaco. Right, what I'm going to start doing from this point is I'm actually going to start doing qualifying, just because then it won't affect my team acclaim as much. So I'm going to do qualifying. What I might do is I might set it to 1 shot, and then we'll just kind of go from there. But in terms of R&D, it looks like we've got some front wing upgrades that have come on. I've got all the chassis upgrades we can do. Even though this is free, the game still won't put the engine power on. And also it looks like we've got a couple of gearboxes we can do. I think by the looks of it, what the game might try and do is the game might try and balance it so that every single department is kind of the same and moves the same going forwards. Here's the performance index. We were quite close with AlphaTauri and Alpine. Looks like we've closed up to Alpine a little bit when we headed into Monaco. Alfa Romeo have upgraded quite spectacularly. McLaren 3rd fastest. Looks like Mercedes have jumped a little bit further ahead in terms of development. And when we look at the facilities, the game's only bought the analysis suite so far. So hopefully it starts spending some money soon. But yeah, so practice programs are automated. I'm going to do one-shot qualifying, and then the race is going to be automated from that point as well. So yeah, there's a quick little update, and see you at some point when I want to do another update. So here we are after Baku. Qualifying, it looks like if you skip qualifying you lose, but even if you qualify last like I did, then you still actually gain rep for doing qualifying regardless of where you qualify. So definitely going to be doing one-shot qualifying from now on, and yeah, I'm just going to do that. So I've had a durability upgrade come in now for quality control. Hopefully that will reduce failures a little bit. We have actually had a drag reduction come through as well. So currently sitting as the 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th best team, slightly behind Alpine. I've also got sponsor now, not sponsor. I'm going to do a sponsor, sorry. And I think we might go with Distort to interview questions. 10 laps during a race weekend. 12. Qualifying arrival. Haven't scored any points yet. I think we're going to go with Distort. Complete all practice programs. That's going to do us for the moment. Scott Ocon as our rival. I should have actually gone for Tsunoda, because funnily enough Tsunoda DNF'd in the race just gone. So even though he's finished in 10th, he's actually DNF'd 3 races so far. So yeah, so we're going to carry on Canada next, and I'll see you guys in the next little snippet for an update. Okay, and we are back. So I've just done the Hungarian Grand Prix. If we look at our facilities, quality control has just been done for the chassis, so we've got spec 1 now for chassis. When we take a look at the R&D, just behind, I should say just in front of Alfa Romeo, actually going into that race. 14th again. We're not. I don't think we're actually going to do our objective. I've got Gyrotone, which is to get 5 points finishes as a team. Hopefully something will change with that, but we've been making huge upgrades in the aero department. Chassis is completely stalled, although that will upgrade now that we've got level, spec 1. This has been set like this for about 5 or 6 races. Game still won't do it because the powertrain is the most developed system. So hopefully at some point, because we've got a spec 1 as well, so we can do quite a few engine upgrades. And yeah, we seem to be having an extra gearbox reliability, and got a free turbo upgrade, but the game won't put that on. The game will put on things that increase more than a turbo upgrade, even though we're burning through turbos like there's no tomorrow. And yeah, when we look at the vehicle, starting to get through engine components, nearly on my 3rd engine, so at some point I'm going to have to give myself a grid penalty. And let's just apply these, so hopefully the game will start using them. Yeah, 5 points finishes. Unfortunately, don't think we're going to get that 7.9 mil. Is unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Nearly level 9, nearly level 10 even. Yeah, currently sitting in 8th. Maybe that was the better thing to have chosen, was finishing 8th, but there we go. Bottas leads by 12 points. Ricciardo and Verstappen matched quite evenly. They seem to be sharing the other spot on the podium. Merckx just miles ahead. Alonso scored the first point for Alpine. Last race in Hungary. We have just lost our rivalry to Esteban Ocon. Probably should have gone with Tsunoda. I mean, he's beaten us pretty much every single race anyway, so maybe not. Maybe we chose the right one. It's difficult to say. So yeah, unfortunately we've lost a little bit of acclaim because of that, but let's skip now to the press interview we've got.
Parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
The game hasn't even hesitated. And oh no, nothing on yet. Oh, let's put the engine cover distribution on. Okay. God, it doesn't even give you a chance to like stick on upgrades. I really wish it would stick this one on, because we could start getting some power upgrades done, and it doesn't cost anything, but the game just will not stick anything on. Anyway, let's go to this press interview.
Here we are in the... A recent survey found that your staff have the highest employment. Your facilities here are looking a little dated compared to other teams. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, the game won't upgrade facilities even though we're sitting on 3.4 mil. I don't really know. Let's go with that one.
Things haven't quite been going your way this season. Are you going to be able to turn the team around?
I mean,
your second driver really seems to be improving at a rapid pace. How dedicated are they?
Just because the game won't upgrade the engine, let's just do the, you know, rip off the engine department a little bit. It's not really going to affect us. There we go.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders...
No, no team orders.
Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here. It's been fantastic.
So yeah, we're going to head into the season break now. Caught up with real life now. We're at Spa next. So yeah, hopefully we'll start getting some engine upgrades. I'm sure at some point we will, but who knows. I don't have any control, annoyingly. So I've just actually checked the progress and look, it's done the engine upgrade, finally! We're the second worst team now, but finally! So yeah, finally we've decided, the game has decided to do some upgrades onto the engine. Thank goodness for that. Hopefully can do the turbo next. Anyway, going to head into practice now. I'll see you for the next significant change. So, as you can see by the top right corner, we have now reached Team Acclaim level 10, which means that we will be able to select another sponsor. And I feel like we could probably do this one. Four questions. Yeah, with skipping you don't really get a chance to actually do many questions. It's only kind of really what happens after the race. As a team complete 30 laps. I think that's a pretty decent one to do. Skipping does include that as well, and with 100% races we'll definitely do that one, so I think we're going to go with that one. Nice easy sponsor to get. Yeah, see, we're Acclaim level 6. Marcus's contract's up for renewal soon, 1.5 mil. Don't know if we're necessarily going to go with him again for the next one. I'll go for a slightly different teammate. I mean, we've got 4.73 mil, so we could potentially get a better teammate. Just kind of have to see how everything goes. So yeah, see you for the next bit. So then, we've just unfortunately had a DNF at Zandvoort, but we move on, as Formula 1 does. We can renegotiate. So actually, with the game saving me up a bit of money, I actually have the option to sign a slightly better driver. And I'm actually very tempted to go for one of these guys. DC or Massa. As Massa has higher focus, let's kind of see. Can we approach
Here
him?
you can make an offer to your driver.
We can.
The more you offer, the greater the chance of them agreeing to it. Be careful not to insult drivers though. If you do, they might refuse to negotiate any more with you in this negotiation period.
Let's make him 4.15. And we have signed Felipe Massa for the second half of the season. Wow, that's something I didn't think I would say. So, Armstrong out, Massa in. Game still needs to use up the resources that I have. Because there's so much resources, like it should be sticking on the DRS. You know, rear, obviously can't do any engine at the moment, or chassis. Gearbox failed. Is it stuck anything else on? No, it hasn't yet. So yeah, we're again now. Unfortunately, we are now the second worst car. Williams have caught up to us, and Haas has overtaken us. So there's more potential, and if the game, I'm hoping the game saves up for resources points for the end and just dumps them in one go. So far, doesn't look like anybody's retiring, and we don't have any development changes. It looks like we had a mechanical failure, but we got no resource points out of it. So yeah, it's a struggle. This game does not make it easy when it's on auto, but there we go. Hopefully Massa will be able to bring us some points. We'll see. Okay, so we've gotten to Mexico, as we can see, and when we look at our messages, we've actually potentially got a regulation change for Season 2. Unclear what that is quite yet, but yeah, who knows currently at the moment. It'd just be nice if the game would spend the resource points that I'm accumulating. We are going to have to take an engine penalty going into this race as well, as I'm running out of MGU-H capacity. We did take a new engine and a new turbo for Japan. I think it was Japan. Also at this point as well, Mercedes are the Constructors' Champions. They secured that after the Japanese Grand Prix. Currently very close between Lewis and Valtteri, so it'll be interesting to see who wins. Not that many races left. Last 4 races coming up very soon, so yeah, check in if anything else changes between now and the end of the season. Right, so we're only doing this because I'm getting fed up with just looking at that big pile of money and the game not doing anything with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some fabrication and build time upgrades. We're going to leave that as is, primarily just for the chassis, just because of the amount of time that it's taken. It's going to be a tricky one to kind of get it all through. You know, it's going to be a big help next season at least. We're going to do this as well. I might leave that one just as is, but just looking at 10 mils worth of money was just getting on my nerves. In terms of this, not much more we can do with regards to that. We're not going to be able to do any more department until that comes through. So yeah, it's just getting ourselves in a better situation. Definitely for the chassis, because once the chassis then catches up, we can get more upgrades on for other departments as well. So yeah, just turned it all off. I'm going to go back into the settings, back into career. I'm just going to turn the facility management back to normal. And yeah, at some point, not that we've had it yet, we will get a regulation change, potentially. Here's just kind of the situation we're doing with bits and pieces. MG UK should last the last 2 races. Energy store's okay. Have to swap in the new turbo. Nearly at practice, nearly at 15. 5 million, we'll get enough money, so we'll re-sign Massa for next season. Hopefully. Although maybe we might be able to get somebody like Button or Rosberg, but we'll kind of have to see from that point. Just really needed to spend that money. I was fed up of looking at it. Last 2 races, 9 points clear. Valtteri Bottas. Looks like we're going to finish 9th. We have jumped a bit with regards to, we are now ahead of Williams and Haas. So the upgrades we've had come through, slowly getting there. I reckon if I'd managed this myself, we'd be, up with Alpha. But yeah, here's what it is. 2 races to go. See you at the end of the season.
Okay, I need your attention. The tech regulations are changing. There's a risk some of our hard work will be undone, so we need to mitigate it. As soon as you can, I want you to look at the developments we have and tell us what areas you want to invest in protecting.
Okay, regulation changes have come through. 4 weeks remaining. I'm going to give the game a chance. If it hasn't done it before Abu Dhabi, then I will take over. I will save all the parts, and then we'll go forwards from that point. Just because I'm not going to have, I don't want the game to lose. I don't know how frustrating it is watching it do these automated changes anyway. I do not want to lose the upgrades we have. So maybe skewing a little bit. Definitely, with the money that I've spent, but it's crunch time now, and if we want to see how we fully progress going into the second season, then we need to keep what we've got. So yeah, I had a feeling that would come through, hence why I kind of ended the recording and then restarted the recording. So yeah, carry on, see how we finish out the season. Okay then, here we are, season finale. Looks like we're going to lose all 3 of our rivalries this season. Great. Starting the last race as the second worst car. Look at the gains Alpha's made over us. The game has actually saved, as we can see here, all the aero parts. We'll have a couple chassis upgrades going ready for the next season. It's not done anything for powertrain, and it's saved all the durability. When these 2 come in as well, it should save it, as long as they're saved before the end of the season. Although one of them doesn't actually go until next. MGUH doesn't actually go until next season. Interesting. Why does that say 6 days then? Random. Yeah, so here's kind of how the performance index has taken. Mercedes really stretched their lead. McLaren's actually interestingly the second best car now. Aston Martin's jumped, stayed third. McLaren have jumped from 4th to 2nd. So Red Bull have done the opposite, gone from 2nd to 4th. Aston done quite well to maintain 3rd there. Alpine's jumped Ferrari, just. And even though AlphaTauri looked like they were ahead of Alpine, got to the British Grand Prix and they've just not been able to keep up. Alpha have done really well, and yeah, close battle at the back between us Haas and Williams. We're going to finish 9th in the Constructors, 16th in the Drivers. Unfortunately haven't been able to break into the points. Yeah, coming down to the last race, 12 points in it, so as long as Bottas finishes on the podium, there's nothing Lewis can do about it. Lewis has finished first, sorry, qualified first, so gives himself a good chance. Valtteri's in 3rd, so both Mercs doing what they need to do. Unfortunately, we've just not had any real luck on our side. But let's go sim the final race, see who becomes champion.
Nothing can challenge the leaders of the Constructors' Championship at this point, but it's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, Valtteri Bottas is the Drivers' Champion. And we lost to Kimi quite convincingly. Unfortunately, Felipe did not finish the race. And hang on, let's go into standings. Yeah, Valtteri Bottas by 23 points at the end wins the Drivers' Championship. Mercedes are the Constructors' Champions. Aston jump to 4th, just ahead of Ferrari. In the end, we finished 16th. And 9th in the Constructors. So, yeah, disappointing I guess in the end. But it's simulation, you know, it's kind of what's going on. I think if it was smarter in terms of the upgrading, then we probably would have done better. But yeah, we do lose rep. But, you know, wise sponsors that don't require us actually to do us any driving. Means that we can still bring in the money. And yeah, let's just see what the drivers' market is. I think we're going to sign on Felipe for next season. Let's just go to the drivers' market. And what have we got? 8.84 million. Kind of look. Doesn't look like anybody at the moment. Let's change teams. Let's go up to the top here. Schumacher, Senna and Prost. Bottas. Looks like everybody's kind of stayed where they are. We do actually have enough to sign one of these guys. And I'm actually going to go with Button. Yeah, let's go with 2009. World Champion Jenson Button. Can we? Oh, no, not got the spec to do it. Okay, that's unfortunate. Right, I think in that case then we just re-sign with Massa. Because of Rosberg will probably be the same. Low risk. 5.3 million. Probably not going to be able to sign him unless we make some massive jumps. Yeah, we're going to have to make a big old jump to really be able to sign him on for next season. We're going to have to rely on the fact that we've saved a lot of upgrades. Yeah, I mean we've saved all our aero, so that'll be good. We're going to have a chassis one, that's going to go on just before, both of those are going to go on before the end of the season. Might put something on for those. Hopefully it will save these the moment they're done, although that apparently is going in, you know, till next season.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
So, let's go to the press interview.
Here we are in the HQ of our...
Just gonna
A
skip
recent
past this.
survey found that your staff have the highest employees. Other teams have invested more in their facilities than you have. Are you happy with what you have, or is there a cash flow issue?
I'm happy with where we are. I mean, I'd like the game to have
You've been
improved a lot
struggling to
more.
get points this season. Are you going to be able to turn this team around?
I mean, I guess wherever we go with. Let's go with that one.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders...
Absolutely not. There are no team orders. Answers that question every time.
Thanks so much as ever for your time. It's hugely appreciated.
Our running costs are significantly less than the income we're pulling in. I suggest we start looking for opportunities to spend that profit margin.
Okay, right, let's finish off this season. Done the interview. Engine cover goes on. I'm just going to need to see now if that's actually been saved. Oh no, it's a chassis, wasn't it? So that won't matter. That turbo does need improving. Right, let's just switch to R&D management quickly. Just so we do save this one. Oh, 0 points. So we won't put that one on as well for 0 points. I'm going to just sit there for no reason. No, that's not the one I wanted. I finished just shy of team rank 15. That's unfortunate. So unfortunately don't get the 10 million that we could have done with, but here's how it is. Go for a more conservative season 2, I think. And that's going to be the end of season 1. I'm going to sort all this out for the next one so then we can simulate season 2 and see how we get on with that. So until the next one, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode.